Hello, my name is Kiriath, and today we are going to take a look at some new Eldar and some new Chaos Space Marines. That's right, we are back, had 5 days off. It's been quite nice, to be honest. Took almost a complete internet break, which is rare for me, and not being connected to everything for a bit is quite nice to do every once in a while. But we're back, it's time to start talking 40k and all other things tabletop, as we will in 2022. But we've got to start with new Chaos and new Eldar, because it's happening! The big rumour dump thing, which we still haven't talked about and really should, dear God. It seems to still be all true, which is nice, because that means that Eldar are possibly getting a massive range refresh, and it's starting right now. There's a new battle box on the way. I have to admit, there is a little part of me that is somewhat... what's the right phrase? I like the look of everything in the box, but it feels like a small box. It doesn't feel like a girthy box. It doesn't feel like you're getting some big box action. It seems like quite a small box, but maybe that's just me. We'll take a look at the models, the new stuff, and also I want to address a specific criticism on one of the ones I really, really like. So let's have a look at it. So, new Asuryani clash with Chaos Space Marines. We're just going to say Eldar because Eldar sounds cooler. In Eldritch Omens, that's a new Warpsmith. Good lord. I love the Warpsmith. It's actually a really good sculpt, the old one, but it's too resiny for my liking. So, fate has conspired to bring the forces of the Eldar to battle with the Heretic Astartes in a new battle box. This is huge news for fans of pointy ears and spiky galactic despots. Let's take a closer look at what's inside. What we have there is a Warpsmith, we have some Chosen, we have an Autarch, some Rangers, and some new jet bikes. Oh my god. Also a Forge Fiend, but that's nothing new, that's nothing different. We've had access to those for ages, so we're just going to gloss over that. That terrain piece in the back, by the way, that thing that's been made out of 2 Noctilith crowns, that is solid. I love that. I want to make that. I wish they sold that, because that's really cool. I mean, I know they sell the Noctilith crown, but like that's a really cool interlocking ring. So yeah, I like it. It looks great. Anyway, that's nothing to do with the box. So let's have a look at what we've actually got in closer detail. We're going to start off with the Autarch, and I really like this, funnily enough. I think it looks really good. They've maintained the massive helmet job, like the big winged helmet. That's still there. Still got the back banner. This feels like classic. It feels pretty classic, and I like the fact that that stuff is still there, despite it being quite I would almost say, like, dated in a way. They've moved away from this kind of thing with a lot of stuff. Space Marines have been getting, like, slowly, although they're still like very heavily decorated, things like back banners and giant like winged helms and the like, they've been slowly phasing that stuff out for a lot of things, and maintaining it for this, I really do like that. The close combat weapon and the two-handed weapon in the other hand is great. I love that. I love the fact that you've got that option. That looks awesome. Absolutely badass. There's 3 head options, 2 torso variants, and a load of weapons. Starglaive, Scorpion Chainsaw in one hand, or you can pick 4 ranged weapons in the other. I mean, that's good. I mean, more options is always good. The fact that there are some models out there that are like HQ models that come with one thing is not ideal. It's not something I like seeing. I like seeing that customizability and the ability to give them the loadout you actually want, as opposed to just the loadout they come with. That's, yeah, I mean, just keep doing that. Please, for the love of God, please do that. Overall, a solid Autarch. I like it. Now, along with the Autarch, there's totally revamped Rangers too, which is nice, with a little icon there, which I'm not familiar with. We'll have a look at what that is in a second, but there is one of these guys. One of these guys looks kind of similar to the Ranger from Blackstone Fortress, which I've seen a couple of people like say they're not too pleased with. Like, it's kind of like a copy-paste deal with poses. But that Ranger out of Blackstone Fortress was like based off a much older Eldar Ranger model, so it's less like a copy-paste thing for me, and more of like a continuation. So there's like one iconic pose that they have reintroduced and kept, because it's a good pose, it works well, it looks nice, it has a nice kind of attitude to it, and it's something that goes all the way back to, you know, like way back in the history of the range. I don't mind them keeping poses like this. I don't mind them being similar to other poses, like, from older models, because it feels more like a nod, like a reference, than just oh, they couldn't be bothered. It's like they could be bothered to do a different one, but they've kept that in because there are people who will see it and go, I remember that. That's cool. Like, I don't think a nod to older stuff is bad when it comes to posing things. Overall, they look really nice. They look really nice. Very nice crisp detail on them. The guns look great. The cloaks are really nicely done as well. There's none of that like jagged edging that you sometimes get. There's like a weird thing sometimes with GW cloaks where you'll have like a really sharp fold or something where there shouldn't be one, or the cloak will be like mega thick in places, even on a couple of the plastic kits. I'm trying to think of the one I put together a couple of days ago, because it's got a cloak and there's like just parts of it are like unreasonably thick for what it is. None of that going on here by the look of things. Nice and flowing, nice and smooth looking. The like the leg covers look really well done. You've still got the detail of the armour underneath just kind of coming through, but only barely. I mean, overall, these look great. These are really nicely done. What is that little icon, though? I need to know what that little icon is. So, they've got long rifles, chameleon cloaks. Yeah, they're obviously forward scouts. What's the thing? What is it? Is it up here? I can't see it. Oh, hang on, we missed that. The weapons upgrades are cross-compatible with the existing Autarch model on that new one. That's cool. That's awesome. I really wish I knew what that thing was. We will find out at some point, no doubt. So, some of them prefer to zoom around the battlefield on shroud runners, which are Raptor jet bikes, with a 2-man crew, a pilot with a partner riding pillion. That's a cool-looking unit, to be fair. I do like that. New jet bikes. Again, the flowing of the cloaks is done really nicely. That's now the second unit that we've had on some sort of bike with sniper rifles, though. Genestealer cults also have the same thing. They've got dirt bikes with snipers on the back of them. So, there's a bit of a trend. In fact, thinking about it, there's also the, what are they called? The suppressors as well for the Space Marines, which are snipers, sort of, kind of. Well, not really, I guess. But a similar theme, anyway. To be honest, zooming into the perfect position to shoot someone in the face from half a mile away and then zooming off somewhere else before they can do anything about it, I mean, that seems pretty cool to me. But yeah, again, these are some good-looking lads. I think they've done a really good job with these. I hope the rest of the Eldar stuff is this nice, because I think they're doing a really solid job of them. Now, though, we need to have a look at that. Wait, hang on! I've just had a thought. Is that Kurnos? Is that like an icon, like a little relic, like a little icon relic of Kurnos or something? If that's correct, tell me in the comments. I'm not even going to look it up now. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to gamble. I'm going to gamble and see if I win. And if I do win, I'm impressed myself. And if I don't, well, I've never claimed to know what I'm talking about anyway, so it's fine. Anyway, back to Chaos. So, we have a new Warpsmith. Now, to be fair, the old Warpsmith is a cool model, which from what I can tell is already gone off the store, so you can't even bring it up to have a look at it, which is a shame, but it was a good looking model, but it did have the downside of being all resin and as such, no. Whereas this new plastic offering, I mean, it looks really not that dissimilar to the old one, and the old one looked great. You got a massive axe or a hammer. The hammer does look great. Helmed or bare head option, although the bare head option on this guy is gnarly as anything. He's got the rebreather, like the rebreather thing directly on his face. He's got cables coming out the back of his head. One of his eyes is bionic. I mean, he looks pretty cool. That's actually a cool bare head. Looks like he's got 2 bionic hands, which is badass. And just overall, there's a chunkiness there. There's a chunk. There's a girth to the lad that I really do like. The exhaust on the top of the power pack as well, kind of quite reminiscent to the like Forge Fiend and the Mauler Fiend, which is a nice detail. Overall, a solid lad. Now the thing is, I've seen a few people who like not happy about the fact that his pose is almost exactly the same as that of the new Primaris Tech Marine, right? So new Primaris Tech Marine and new Warpsmith. Now, of course, very similar. They're both walking forward. They've both got the right leg forward and the left leg back. They both have the range weapon held up to point at the enemy, both looking down the barrel to shoot someone. Admittedly, the Warpsmith has got his melee weapon in more of an upright held position than the angle of the Tech Marine, and of course the Tech Marine has got like one Mechadendrite and a big servo arm, whereas this lad is absolutely rife with tentacles. The thing is, I don't mind that they've got the same pose, and in fact I quite like the fact they've got the same pose, because the Warpsmith is a like dark reflection. It is a mirror of the Tech Marine. It is a corrupted, chaos-infused version of this guy. I think having that similar pose kind of highlights the similarities whilst also doing a great job of showing how different they are, because that clearly looks messed up. Like, he looks really messed up. Look at all the random stuff coming off him. Things like the exhausts, just the exhaust full stop. I mean, for a start, having like the creepy faces put into them. The fact that not only is he reaching forward with that pistol, but he's also got multiple other weapons attached to those tendrils that are coming out in the same direction. It's like a twisted reflection of this guy. So them having the same pose, I actually don't mind at all, because they are the same kind of character. They fulfill the same purpose. They do the same function. This guy, or at least a version of this guy, a non-Primaris version of this guy, becomes this guy if he falls to chaos. I quite like that similarity. I think it does well to highlight the differences whilst showing that they were once actually pretty damn similar. Poses being exactly the same every single time I think is an issue, but when it comes to something like this where you've got something that is a direct different version of something that already exists, a twisted, like, chaos version, I don't mind it. I quite like it. Now, along with this lad who is solid, we do have some new Chosen as well, and I quite like them. Admittedly, they could have just re-released the Chosen out of Dark Vengeance and I would have been happy, but these guys are not a million miles away. There's clearly been some design inspiration that's been taken from those Chosen. I'm thinking specifically the helms on the like front and center guy there, and the guy in the back left as well. There's like a nice kind of, it's like a follow-on there. The horns on the guy in the centre are very reminiscent of, what's his name, is it Crown the Relentless? I forget the name of the character, but like, it's quite reminiscent of that, which I do like. There's like nods to it. They do look more fancy. They definitely look more fancy. They also look like properly, like a more, not more developed, but like, they stand out enough from your standard Chaos Space Marines. The new Chaos Space Marines are great, and I think they look better than the old Chaos Space Marines by a long shot. These are the right level of like extra detail and extra ornamentation, like a step above and beyond. It's, I mean, I guess it's like the kind of equivalent of, you know, looking at like Stern Guard veterans compared to, say, Tactical Marines. There's a similar feel going on here, and I think it works really well. I'm not a big fan of the head on the guy in the top right, but yeah, it's just not, I don't know, I'm just not a big fan of it. But the rest of them I do like, and I do like the lightning claws as well. They look quality. So what I'm interested in is outfit with range of weaponry including combi bolters, blades, power fists, claws and pistols. I'd love to know what the actual loadout is, whether you can customize it, whether it's just what we see here is what you get. I would hope that there's some customization available. Whether that'll turn out to be the case, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. And the last thing in the box is the Forge Fiend, which is now new. There's nothing special going on. It's just a Forge Fiend. Still a cool model. They do look good, but yeah, he's making up the other part of the chaos side. I would have liked to have seen something else new in there, just because Eldar side is entirely new. The chaos side being entirely new would be cool. Now they've said that the box is on the way soon, and it's just the start of an incredible year for the Eldari, Chaos, and Warhammer 40,000 in general, although they would say that for 40k in general, but I mean, that does speak to fun, good times for Chaos and Eldar on the way. I like pretty much everything in that box, to be honest. It doesn't feel like the biggest box. It's, what, 16 miniatures, because we've got 10 infantry, 2 HQ, 3 guys on jet bikes, and the Forge Fiends, so not massive, but I mean, to be honest, the cost of the Forge Fiends separately is one of those things that will shove the value of the box way up. But yeah, I don't know. I like what's in there so far. We really do need to see whether the Chosen have got like a bunch of options or whether they are optionless, which would be a bit naff, but we'll just have to wait and see for that. Only one way to find out, really, which is to get your hands on the sprues. Hopefully we'll get a pleasant surprise for that. Question is, what do you reckon? Excited, not excited? Are you Eldar? Are you absolutely gagging for Eldar releases because it's been 1,000 years? Or it's not been that long. It just feels like that long when you don't get anything ever. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. Click it if you like, don't click if you don't want to. And as always, there's an affiliate link in the description for Element Games, which you can use to support the channel if you would like. There's also a link for Noble Knight Games if you're in the US. I leave it in your capable hands. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.